fights. Now, there is a big, big night of boxing in Las Vegas on December the 15th. 2 world title fights, 2 venues, big fighters, and part of the night will be Matt Macklin, the former British and European middleweight champion from Birmingham, who now bases himself in and out of Ireland. And he's in a hard fight against Canada's former world champion, Joachim Alcine. Now, the winner will end up with a world title fight in the new year. The loser, well, let's just say that it will be a long and hard road back to this point. Matt is in Las Vegas now, and I spoke to him earlier. Alcine is not an easy fight, I suggested. And was he looking at the risk as a springboard to yet another world title fight?
Yeah, most definitely. These are the most nerve-wracking fights because it's not a world title fight, but it's more or less as tough as a world title fight. He's a former world champion. You know, he's only lost to Alfredo Angulo and Daniel Santos in world title fight. So, yeah, and he's coming off a really good win over David Lemieux.
Yeah.
He's been really, really touted in Canada. So it's a very tough fight, and there's a lot. The risk reward isn't great, but the reward is I'm going to get a world title shot. The risk is, it's a tough fight, but I'm confident in my ability. I'm confident where I stand in the middleweight rankings now, and I'm probably the leading contender without a title, and I'm probably the most exciting fighter in the division. So, a nice win here on HBO in Vegas should definitely catapult me straight back into a world title shot.
Because we're at that stage now, Matt, 30 years of age. You've been a pro since 2001, where you can't have any gimme easy fights just to make a few quid, can you? Every fight now needs to be leading to a world title or a world title or a world title defence, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, most definitely, and I'm not that kind of person anyway.
Of course not.
I'm in it to fight the best and be the best I can be, and I think I've proved over the last couple of fights, the fight in Germany against them where I felt I won comfortably and didn't get the decision, and even really pushing Martinez to the very last. I got pulled out with the last round, but I was ahead. I got cards after 9 or 10 rounds, so I've proven where I belong, right at the top of the middleweight division, and it's a meaningful fight. It's on the biggest stage possible. It's on a HBO pay-per-view card on a highly anticipated middleweight fight between Martinez and Chavez.
Sure,
it's sold out already. It's not to match, and it's I'm cheap support fight, so the scene is set, and I just have to go out there do my thing, a good performance, an exciting performance, and win the fight, and then it could be the winner of Martinez, Chavez, it could be maybe Daniel Gill.
Sure,
so there's big options out there.
There are some options. Now, Matt, it's been a sort of strange old career in a couple of lumps. You turned pro early, then you had that unexpected loss when you were still only a baby at 21. Then you moved on after a few years to a British title, and that was a great fight, but you lost again. Then you went on British title, won the European title. Then there was different fights that didn't happen. It seems to me that over the last year or so, even though you've lost in those 2 world title fights, and I agree with you beat Stern, but it seems to me that you're fresher in some kind of way. Is it because you've suddenly, in the last 2 or 3 years, realised that you've got to set your goals, you've got to focus, Matt?
Well, I think that there's an element of that, but I also think there's an element of not in a bad way, but I know what I was capable of.
Sure.
I knew that my ability was high. I turned pro in 2001. There was me, Carl Fletch, and David Hay were like 3 guys that everyone
Absolutely.
was behind. So I put myself in that bracket and had my own expectations, and some of the fights were hard to get up for in the career, seemed to plateau. You're doing tough fights that meant nothing.
Yeah.
And it was hard to really get the best out of yourself, where once I got the British title with Alcock, and then obviously the European title at the time, and it catapulted you to another level.
Good.
Then it kind of plateaued again. But the Stern fight took me to the level where I felt I belonged, and that was at the very top of boxing in the world rankings. And I find it easier now to hit my best performances. And even this fight with Alcine, it was a tough fight. It's the kind of fighter that bring the best out of me.
Now, you say there, Matt, it was sometimes hard to motivate yourself. You're in hard fights where there wasn't much on the line. Was there a point? What was the lowest point, Matt? I mean, I'm not necessarily thinking were you close to walking away, but in the last 11 years, when's been the lowest point?
There's a few times there. After the war fight, there was a couple of. I was meant to fight in January. Like the flu, then I was into back to March, bruised my ribs sparring. Then there was a television date I was on. I fought in Ireland. So there was a few things happening like that, and obviously you're coming off the loss. I mean, it was a great fight, but it was still a loss. And in my mind, at 24, I was getting very, very fed up with things.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'll tell you what, Matt, it's been a bit of a ride, mate, isn't it? You know, like there's that expression, because someone famously said it to Muhammad Ali when he retired, thanks for the ride. And it has been a bit of a roller coaster with you, hasn't it, to be honest with you? But we've had some entertaining nights.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I believe I'm probably, you know, I've definitely one. I'm not saying I'm the best for the way well, but I'm definitely one of the best that I've proved, you know, to be the best. But I think I'm definitely the most exciting. And the career's been a real roller coaster. There's been real highs and there's been real lows. And like I say, it's been one hell of a ride, and I'm still going strong.
Hey, listen, not only going strong, it seems to me you're looking fresher, sounding fresher, and feeling fresher than you've ever felt. And that's why I asked that question. It seems to me the last couple of years, forget those 2 defeats, seems to me like you're really enjoying it. You've really settled down. That's great.
Yeah, thriving on being, you know, boxing at the pinnacle of boxing, you know,
sure.
Performing at the pinnacle of boxing at the highest level of the biggest stages, and that's where I always felt I belonged. And sometimes you're craving to get there so much, you're chasing something. Where now I feel I'm there now,
you are.
So I can just, you know, sit, relax, and just let everything, you know, work hard. I'm just trying hard, but it's all happening now. So it's just going in there and performing on the night.
Well, listen, sound like Seamus for me. Do your best against, do the business against Alcine. Do what you can do. I know you're going to do it. And let's hope next time we're talking about another world title fight. Matt Macklin from Las Vegas. Thanks so much tonight, son.
Cheers.
That was Matt Macklin talking to me a bit earlier on. The reason why he couldn't talk to me live was that he's actually in the gym right now. His brother's just tweeted, and David Hay is actually there watching them and talking to them. David Hay, if you follow him on Twitter, he's been in about 10 different countries this year. It's a toss-up between him and Amir Khan on who's done the most travelling. It's been quite incredible. Anyway, Matt Macklin fights on December the 15th. As I said earlier at the top, on September the 15th. It's a big old night. As I said at the top of the